Congratulations on hitting the end of this chapter where we were exploring lambda function. We have seen that lambda functions are a mechanism we have in C++ to set up anonymous functions, and these are functions without names. And we have seen that once you have your lambda function set up, you could either give it a name and call it multiple times, or you could call it directly by appending a pair of parentheses after the lambda declaration. We have seen the signature of a lambda function, and we have seen that we have a few parts inside. We have a capture list, we have a parameter list, we have the return value, and then we have the body of the lambda function in which we're going to do whatever we want our lambda function to do. We have seen many ways we can work with lambda functions. We saw that we could give a lambda function a name and call it. We could call the lambda function directly after definition. We could set up a lambda function that takes parameters and call it. We could set up a lambda function that returns something, or we could print results directly. We could even specify the return type of our lambda function explicitly. And you can do that if it really makes sense for your application. After that, we saw how we could work with capture lists. We saw that capture lists are a way we have to access things that live outside the context of the lambda function. And we saw that we could capture either by value or by reference, and it is even possible to capture everything in the context by value by using an equal sign within our angle brackets, or capturing by reference by putting an ampersand symbol within our brackets, which make up our capture list. This is really all we had a chance to look at in this chapter. I hope you found it interesting. Lambda functions are a really fascinating subject in C++, and we have just seen the basics of how we work with them. We will have a chance to learn about how they really work under the hood later in the course when we have more tools to understand that. For now, we're going to stop here in this chapter. In the next one, we're going to start and learn about some other weird topics about functions in C++. Go ahead and finish up here and meet me in the next chapter.